Today we're going to talk about YouTube revenue. My next couple of videos will kind of be on this topic. I've heard people say you don't make a lot, you make pennies. It's really, kind of not that great. I'm going to give you some ideas as to why you might not be making as much as you think you might or should on YouTube. So today is a quick tip. We're going to look at revenue. But before we get there, no, it takes 2 days for revenue to show in your analytics. So if you're checking multiple times a day or you're looking at your analytics and it's going up and it's going down and it's doing all sorts of things, and you're like, oh my gosh, it took views, they did that. It's not that. YouTube is adjusting in the analytics. So when we go down to talk about our revenue and how much you're earning, there is a report inside of YouTube. And YouTube is constantly making adjustments, and we know this. Why are they making these constant adjustments? Invalid traffic. We've talked about that invalid traffic to your channel. So if it's invalid, it looks like a bot, they haven't watched long enough, someone is going in and out of your live, jumping in and out, it causes the algorithm to think that, hey, this person isn't real, or it's a bot, or they're not interested. It's invalid traffic. So that can affect the revenue. The one main thing I wanted to talk about today, actually two things I wanted to talk about after that, are content ID claims and disputes and certain ad campaign types, for example, cost per day campaigns. So there are cost per day campaigns that you can actually run. There are organizations that will pay per day to kind of watch ads. Now, you may be sponsored by an organization that has ads and you're promoting them, and the amount of people who click on that video will be more weight clicking on that ad than just a regular view. So you will get more revenue from that type of promotion. Let's say you don't have any type of promotional material. Have you ever considered creating an ad for your channel? I have had a couple of people ask me about views and ads and bots and purchasing them. But the one thing that a lot of people don't really utilize are Google ads. I have used Google ads. And if you're wondering what I do, I go in to use Google ads, and those ads play on other channels. Believe it or not, remember that video on vidIQ? Guess whose ads are running on vidIQ videos right now? Yeah, mine. So you can go into the Google ads and you can pick similar videos or similar channels that are doing well to run your ads. So an ad is basically a short video of mine that I created. It creates an ad or like thumbnail on your video, and then that ad then goes on other channels for people to watch. And I get paid more for those video views when my video is a Google ad. So that's something that if you want me to make a video on, I will talk all about it, because I've used Google ads and I'm surprised that many of you haven't or even talked about it. Those views are so much more than any other views. Last thing I'm going to talk about is content ID claims and disputes. But before I talk about that, I'm going to show you something. So right here is when I did an experiment in my community tab. And if you haven't seen this, go on and take a look and scroll back a little bit ago. I've added some non-skippable ads. I've gained 40% more in views. I actually gained quite a few subscribers by doing this. So I'm going to show you the differences in revenue. So my playback cost per 1,000 when I first started was actually less than this. It was actually closer to like $2 or $3 per 1,000 views. And when I started gaining traction, I got to about 10,000 subscribers. And I really started to learn about YouTube and became YouTube certified. My playback per 1,000 views was then $9.77, which I thought was great coming from like $1.20 or $3 per 1,000 views. So then I've changed my methods, and this is after $31 per 1,000 views. So every time I get 1,000 views on a video in a particular area, particularly my education videos, I will get $31 per 1,000 views. Now, this is important because in this particular area, it depends on how you shop your ads. Where does the money come from? Display ads. My skippable ads are actually not where I make the majority of my money, because we know a lot of people skip. The majority of the money I've made on these watch page ads are display ads and non-skippable. So yes, a watch page. I'm going to be talking about the watch page ads, how looking at a watch page ad will pay you more revenue than just a random view. So you've seen some of those things in my video that have changed. I went from $1 to $2 to $3 per 1,000, from to $9 per 1,000, all the way up to $31 per 1,000. The last category I'm going to talk about is content ID claims. Why many people are making a little bit of money, or maybe not making as much as they think they should. I've heard so many people say content strikes are bad and content ID claims are not as bad. No, that's true, and that's not true. A copyright strike can get your channel canceled. Like, you could be deleted from YouTube. They may not allow you to make a channel, but content ID claims more than likely will not get you kicked off YouTube. They may see a couple of claims. You may see a song, or you may see an item. Maybe you used a part of someone else's short, or maybe used a video. They generally don't affect your channel in the way of getting your channel demonetized or getting your channel striked as a copyright strike. But a content ID claim will mess up your revenue. What do you mean by messing up my revenue? Well, guess what? In the YouTube revenue area, YouTube revenue will be less on your content ID claims. So if you're using a part of someone's short, or maybe using a picture from maybe their channel, or using something that is a part of their channel or idea or concept, it will be a content ID claim. Now, guess what happens in a content ID claim? Any money you made will be reduced, because a lot of that money will go to other creators who claimed the video. People are claiming videos to make money off of you. So don't think that, oh, I'm only making this money. Content claims are no big deal. Content claims are a huge deal. You are losing valuable revenue. You probably made $5, $10, $20, $30 off of a video, but it's only working out to be $2 because someone claimed it, or maybe multiple people claimed it. Many people do not know that people are content claiming things, knowing that you're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to get your channel deleted because it's not a copyright strike. But content ID claims mean someone is claiming the content as partially theirs, which means that YouTube revenue is going to go to them. This is why YouTube makes these adjustments every 2 days in analytics. And this is why YouTube tells you it does estimated adjustments. These estimated adjustments fluctuate. These adjustments happen 2 times after you've earned revenue. 1, because they want to check invalid traffic. 2, because people have claimed your video and making money off of you and you don't even know that. And 3, because these adjustments also happen to select the final earnings. What do we mean about final earnings? Well, a lot of people think that views are where it's at. Views, views, views. That's how you make money. More views, more views. But it really isn't how you make the best income or revenue on YouTube. Watch page ads, short speed, YouTube premium revenue is counted differently. Fan funding revenue from super chats. Product tagging. You probably don't even know about product tagging revenue. If you want to know about that, let me know in the comments and I will make a video. Where I make the majority of my money here, my revenue has increased because of YouTube Player for Education. That's right. My videos per 1,000 views get way more revenue when they are played on educational technology platforms. And I'll talk about that if you want to know all about the educational platforms, but let me know in the comments. Estimated revenue income. So that's estimated depending on the source. So where it comes from, if it comes from the watch page, or if it comes from an ad, or clicking on an ad, and opening the actual advertiser. That is also extra income that is generated better. Estimated monetized playbacks. Some of you do lives, and I cannot believe that in these lives, you are not telling people to go back and watch your video. You're going to make more money for the playback than you do in the actual live. Almost double the amount of watch time for a monetized playback of a live or a playback of a video. So please have people go back and watch. Yes, I know you are getting some income from your lives, but having people go back and watch it will almost double that revenue from your video, even more than just a regular view. Keep in mind, if you look at all of this, all of these things make you better revenue per 1,000 views. If you want me to make a video on those income streams and how to increase your revenue for 1,000 views, let me know in the comments and I will do that. Many revenue income streams. Views are all the way at the bottom. So views aren't going to get you paid the most, at least not your typical regular view. There's multiple ways to get your revenue. Keep this in mind. Every 2 days, revenue and analytics changes. And because of invalid views and people claiming a part of your video through content claim, they're making money off of you. Don't let people make money off of you. Last but not least, campaign ad types. If you're not creating ads and running ads on other videos from your channel from Google Ads, then you may be missing something. The revenue that you get from YouTube, of course, might not be a lot. I know it's not a lot for me, especially in the very beginning, but I use that revenue. And when I got to the point that I can make a little bit of money, I use the revenue to create an ad. And the ads actually are playing on other channels. And that revenue is much more than just a regular view of my regular video. Now, many of you know I went through a situation with vidIQ and them saying I stole. And through running ads now, I noticed recently one of my ads I created through Google is playing where? It's playing on vidIQ. Yes, that's right. So people are finding me by watching vidIQ, and my ad is running from Google Ads on their channel. If you want to know how to do that, everybody, you let me know, because all revenue is not created equal. My name is Carla at Teaching Trends. If you want to know more about these topics and money and revenue, and if you want to know how to change your revenue from $9.77 per 1,000 views to $31 or higher per 1,000 views, let me know in the comments and I will share some of these key tips. With that being said, everybody, take care.